Hayward Secondary School where I used to go. Chad, make some noise for that. Thank you, Chad. What school you in, Chad? Whatever. Sorry. All right. So, guys, let me tell you about tonight. So, welcome. So tonight, in case you missed, do you know who my daddy is? You guys don't know? All right. Let me tell you. So my daddy's name is Randall, and Shine is a nickname that he got from his brother Shine, and they just started calling him Shine too. So that's how he got the name Shine Hayward. Something like that, right, Daddy? No? Whatever. So, anyway, so if you missed my daddy's 70th birthday, right? Tonight is going to feature this wonderful band behind us playing his music, which is entitled Me and My Music, which is songs that my daddy wrote over the years. And it was a wicked show. How many came to the show? No, Chad wasn't there. I know Chad wasn't there. So Chad's in for a treat. So, and without further ado, let me just tell you about tonight. Tonight is International Jazz Day. The host city is Chicago. It's all about Herbie Hancock. So if you know Herbie, we grew up with Herbie. I mean, everybody in this room looks older than me, so you know we grew up with Herbie. If I grew up with Herbie, you grew up with Herbie. So, yeah, I think that's it. That's all. That's basically what I wanted to tell you. So the night is going to be celebrated with over 190 countries will be tuning in to the live broadcast. So that's how much people really love jazz around the world. It's been going on for 15 years now, and my daddy has successfully been doing it in Bermuda every year because he loves music or jazz. And the band behind us, they like jazz too. Let's just check it to look at everybody. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy Me and My Music.
Yeah. Then me and my music will like set the world on fire. Me and my music will like to take you on a little bit higher. 'Cause the two of us were meant to be for each other. Together in love, peace, and happiness for you.
My music, me and
How y'all feeling tonight? Thank you all so much for choosing to spend the portion of the evening with us tonight. Thank you. Come on, say it one more time. Come on. Said me and my music will like to set the world on fire.
set the world on fire, fire.
Me and my music, we like to take you on a little bit higher.
Take you a little bit higher, higher.
'Cause the two of us were meant to be for each other. Hey, together in love, peace, and happiness for you. Check this out, y'all. See, I'm just a plain old guy. I don't have much looks, but I try to be someone you'd want to know. I've been a few places, seen a hell of a lot more things. Till I've opened my eyes and caused my mind to grow. In my music, I tell you of my experience and pray to God he'll do you some damn good. I said, me and my music, we like to set the world on fire.
Set the world on fire, fire.
Me and my music, we like to take you on a little bit higher.
Take you a little bit higher, higher.
Cause the two of us were meant to be for each other. Together we'll love, peace, and happiness for you. I want y'all to meet my good friend, Mr. Conrad Roach, y'all. Come on. How about it for Mr. Conrad Roach, yo? Come on. I got another friend I want y'all to meet. Come on, my brother. Yeah. Mr. Dwayne Foster, y'all. Check this out. See, I'm just a plain old guy. I don't have much looks, but I try to be someone you'd want to know. I've been a few places, seen a hell of a lot more things. Better open my eyes and cause my mind to grow. In my music, I tell you of my experience and pray to God he'll do you some damn good. I said, me and my music, we like to set the world on fire.
Set the world on fire, fire.
Said, me and my music, we like to take you on a little bit higher.
Take you a little bit higher, higher.
Cause the two of us were meant to be for each other. And I really want you all to see, together in love, peace, and happiness. Giving love to you is the thing we'll do the best. We're about to be happy for you.
My music, me and my music, me and my music, me and my music, me and my music.
Yeah, how about that, y'all? All right. Yeah, your applause is fine, but did you like it? How about that? All right. Me and My Music's a song written many, many, many years ago when we were doing our jazz suppers like at the Southampton Princess Hotel, the Albo Beach, Bermudiana. So it all came from out of like the early 80s. Early 80s. And much of the music that you will hear tonight is music that I wrote in the late 70s and early 80s. This next tune that I'm going to do for you, it's actually changed its name during its debut performance. We went into the show and the song was entitled Sweet Love. At the end of the night, a young man approached me and said, that sweet love was sweet. So we changed the name of the song. We called it Sweet, Sweet Love. So we'd like to do that for you right now. Do hope that you enjoy it. Sweet, Sweet Love. All right. Thank you so much. All right, very nice. So everything needs to start somewhere, yeah? You all agree? Now, you all are a small audience, but you know something? You are a mighty audience, and we really, really, really want you to know that we appreciate your presence here tonight. We really, really, really do appreciate your presence here tonight. So as I was saying, everything starts somewhere. I recorded a number of songs, but the very first song that I actually recorded was actually done in 1983. And it was recorded and released on 45. Yeah, still have a few copies of them around. And the song was entitled Look Out for Reggae Music. And the song was written as a promotional song for reggae music. If you all can remember, at that time, Bob Marley was like touring throughout Europe. In the United States of America, they weren't really hip to reggae music. They were not. In fact, I can recall Bob Marley coming to Boston, and I attended the concert. I was just surprised at the number of people, especially those of color, that were actually there to see Bob Marley. But it just happened that they did not know him as he did. So the song that I wrote, it talked about Maxi Priest, Peter Tosh, and as the, who's that? Indeed. So those were some names that some of the folks, they knew about, right? And the song started, I said, well, there was two ladies having this conversation. One supposed to be a local and the other one supposed to be from Europe. And the local was saying, well, these are my homeboys. And they're playing this reggae song. It wants you to check it out. Long and short of it all for tonight, folks, I'm going back to 1987. I met a young man there while I was teaching up at Devonshire Academy. And he was a part of the little group that we had called the Sophisticated Gents. And he has grown to become an icon right here in Bermuda. First, he was a student of mine. Then he became a friend of mine. Then he addresses me as daddy. I call him son. One thing I do really love about him is that he never forgets, and he hasn't forgotten where he has come from. I'd like for you all right now to give a nice warm round of applause, and welcome to the stage to help us to do for you my very first song that I had recorded and released. Look out for reggae music. Please, a nice round of applause for Mitchell Livewire Strut.
Good evening, everybody.
Look out
for reggae music.
Look out
For reggae sound.
Look out
For reggae music. You got to be aware.
Look out
For reggae sound. It'll swipe you off your feet. Turn your head around. Make you aware of its presence in your town. You might, my friends, you might not know what it's all about, but please won't you give it a chance and check it out.
Look out for reggae music. Look out for reggae sound. Look out for reggae music.
You got to be aware.
Look out for reggae sound.
Some people say,
What they say?
jazz, it's alive.
Say what?
Some people say disco lives no more.
There's no more.
I'm not, my friends, trying to tell you who's right
Who's
or
right?
who's wrong.
Who's wrong?
But music's gone through so many changes, and I know it won't be long. Reggae
Look out,
music
look out
needs a
for reggae
change to put you
Look out
on
for reggae sound.
Reggae
Look out,
music
look out
will get
for
a
reggae
chance to put you
Look out
on a
for reggae sound.
Some people say,
What they say?
jazz, it's a lie.
Say what?
Some people say disco lives no more.
There's no more.
I'm not, my friends, trying to tell you who's right
Who's
or
right?
who's wrong.
Who's wrong?
The music's gone through so many, many changes, and I know it won't be long. Reggae
Look out,
music
look
will
out
get
for
a
reggae
chance to put you
Look out,
all
look out
in a
for reggae
dance.
sound.
Reggae
Look out,
music
look out
needs
for
a
reggae
chance to put you
Look out,
all
look out
in a
for reggae
dance.
sound.
Hooray! Got to be aware. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, let's hear it for Live Wires, y'all. Come on. Yeah, thank you so much, Mitch. Appreciate you, man. So much. Woo. Look out for reggae music. So now, there's a long story behind that song, right? And at the birthday celebration, there was a lot. Hey, Brother Hiram, how you doing? Hiram was actually celebrating his birthday with me also that night. We're both February 17th babies. Hiram looks my age, but he's got 10 years on me. And so that song, when we recorded it in 1981. And I was involved with the manager or president of this company. And prior to me having really paid, all the money to have the music produced, we did it at a studio in Philadelphia, and there were a number of us from Bermuda who got together between New York, Connecticut, Boston, and drove down to Philadelphia. 6 hours in a blizzard. 6 hours in a blizzard. We were 6 hours late for our actual recording session. Supposed to be there for 6, a lot of sixes going on here, and we got there at midnight. However, when we got there, the horn section, that was the CNC horn section that were to record with, they were still there. But we communicated with everybody on the way down, so they knew exactly what was happening. So anyway, we record, and the music is there at the studio. And some of you who know me would know that in 1982, I had an illness. And the illness was probably brought on by stress, so to speak, because what happened after that was that I no longer was able to communicate with the president of this company. It was almost like, how they say, well, sometimes people, they're trying to screw you, so to speak. And really and truly, that's exactly what was happening. So I ended up in the hospital in Philadelphia, Osteopathic Hospital on City Line Ave. I still remember all of that. I was there for like 6 weeks, diagnosed with 10% chance of having multiple sclerosis. Yeah? So I was there. I remember being in the hospital, and I had gotten the virus. And twice a day I went therapy. I had occupational therapy and physiotherapy. And when I had gotten this virus, I was not allowed to go inside the room. So I was outside of the room looking in. And as I was looking in at all of the folks who were actually doing therapy with me, I'm 26 years old at that time. I didn't see anyone in that room under 80. That was it. No one in that room under 80, and that's where I was. And that was, out of the 6 weeks that I was there, it was only that one time that I shed a tear. Yeah? But they said at that time that there was a 10% chance that I might have multiple sclerosis. They ruled out a stroke, they ruled out a virus. So, but from that day, how I lived my life was that there was a 90% chance that I might not have had multiple sclerosis. So I never let the fact that there was this illness that was pretty much that I was being stricken with deter me from doing anything. So while I was there, the number one thing that I told myself that I will do when I get out of this hospital is to release that song. And that's what I did. I released Look Out for Reggae Music, very first thing I did. And then that same year, I released Long Tales. And then that same year, no, the following year, I released Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. All three of these on 45. And I know you all still have your copies at home somewhere, right? Yeah, I know you all have your copies somewhere home there, right? Now, going back, while at Berkeley, that's the college, music college that I attended, and there were a number of us there, but predominantly myself and Johnny Woolridge, we were there. And he was a part of my recital. And John had written a song. He had written a song, and he wrote the song with me in mind. And the song was entitled Bach, as in John Sebastian Bach, or Bach, as in the island pronunciation for back. Bach to the islands. And that's probably the song that most of you might be familiar with, and we're going to do that for you right now. I do hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much. On that song, we featured Mr. Dayton Warden on guitar. Please give him a nice warm round of applause. We can't see you back there, Dayton. Stand up for 2 seconds, Dayton. There he is. Mr. Dayton Warden. You don't mind, there's going to be a few stories going on for each of these songs. Each of these songs are very, very, very special to myself and to some of you that are here. The next song that we're about to do for y'all is a song that came out of a calypso competition that was being held here in Bermuda. And I answered. And a lot of the big boys, a lot of the big calypsonians that I'm sure many of you are familiar with were actually in this same competition. Lord Necktie, Reuben McCoy, Hubert Smith was there. Even Tony Brennan, he entered there, and I entered. And the whole question was, wait a minute, Shine Hayward, soca, calypso, he's a jazz guy. No, I said, I'm a musician. And us as musicians, professional musicians that we may call ourselves, we can adapt to any style, right guys?
Yes, yes.
We adapt to any style. So we entered. And with the assistance again of my good friend, Mr. Johnny Woolridge, we wrote this song. And I'll tell you a little bit more about this song at the end. The song is entitled Bermuda, Our Island Home. Do hope that you enjoy it. Our island in the sun. Give thanks to our God Almighty, for look what He has done.
He gave us the home. How lucky could we be? Such a peaceful, lovely, beautiful home in the midst of the deep blue sea.
No other home could be this right for us as we have come into our own. God knows that we are grateful to Him for Bermuda, our home.
Bermuda,
our island home.
Bermuda,
yes, she alone.
Bermuda,
far as I can see, there is no better place for me.
Bermuda,
The sun does shine on this home of mine.
Bermuda, our island home. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Hey, hey.
Although we are small in numbers, we'll all stand tall and firm, believing strongly in Bermuda, our heritage we've learned.
How we became a land of pride and dignity. Such a peaceful, lovely, beautiful land in the midst of the deep blue sea.
No other land could be this right for us as we have come into our own. God knows that we are grateful to Him for Bermuda, our home.
Bermuda,
our island home.
Bermuda,
Yes, she alone.
Bermuda,
Far as I can see, there is no better place for me.
Bermuda,
The sun does shine on this home of mine.
Bermuda, island home. Hey, hey.
Raise your arms, salute Bermuda, our island in the sun. Give thanks to our God Almighty, for look what He has done.
He gave us a home. How lucky could we be? Such a peaceful, lovely, beautiful home in the midst of the deep blue sea.
No other home could be this right for us as we have come into our own. God knows that we are grateful to Him for Bermuda, our home.
Bermuda,
our island home.
Bermuda,
Yes, she alone.
Bermuda,
Far as I can see, there is no better man for me.
Bermuda,
The sun does shine for this home of mine.
Bermuda, island home. Bermuda, 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 our home. Bermuda, 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 island home.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, Bermuda. So, as I said, there's a story behind that. You all can remember, Bermudans normally have not been. Hi, G, where you going? You can have my jacket because I'm hot up here. Would you like my jacket? All right. So, the Bermudian response to the national anthem hasn't been like, and even at a time that I'm saying this, that the king has actually arrived in Bermuda, but Bermudians' response to the national anthem hasn't been what we probably would like for it to be. So there was a time when they were looking for a Bermuda song. You all recall that? Looking for a Bermuda. So they had a number of artists that submitted songs to be considered as the national song for Bermuda. This song that you just listened to was actually entered, and it was one of the five, along with Hail to Bermuda. Hail to Bermuda ended up being your national song. We were, I guess, maybe second choice, maybe third, maybe fourth, maybe fifth. We were in the last five. But that's Bermuda, our island. I do hope, did you guys enjoy it? Yeah, all right. How about that? All right, so many of the songs that we are doing tonight as originals, they came out of personal experiences that I might have encountered. Maybe relationships, maybe friendships, maybe situationships, what have you, all right? They are from experiences. I did write a number of love songs, and we're gonna do one of them for you right now. We're gonna do it a little bit different from how we did it before. And it's a song which speaks to people who are not aware of the fact that there are other people watching them. You know, and you never know who's watching you. You never know who's checking you out. So it's important for you to always be your best. Right, Clarenda?
Yeah.
Always. For you to always just simply be your best. You never know who's watching. So I'm going to do this song, and my ladies at the back, please give them a nice warm round of applause. Charo and Samantha. They're gonna help me out on this. And in fact, keep your hands together for this fantastic band, folks. Please. We got some Bermudian heavyweights in here, y'all, and I'm gonna introduce you all to them a little later, but we got the best of the best here tonight. This song that we're gonna do for you is a song entitled Wondering Who You Are. We hope that you enjoy it.
your number, I give you a call. Everybody seems to know your name. You're Mr. Popularity. I wanna know your name. Me wondering who you are. Got me wondering who you are.
Been wanting to approach you, but the time's not seemed right. You seem to just ignore me like I'm nowhere in sight. People tell me that it's not your style. You got occasion and it's driving me wild. You got me wondering who you are. You got me wondering who you are. I only want to be your friend. I'll be a friend you can depend. Oh, I need a little time. I'll make you my woman. You can put your trust in me. Full love and honesty. All I need a little time. I'll make you my woman.
You got me
You got me wondering. How you doing, Chris? Who you are. Being by your side. Give you peace and harmony. Fine girl, see, you never fall asleep late out there. Now I'm there, now I'm there. I'm feeling I'm there, I'm there. I've been by your side. I'll give you love and honesty. Find a friend quite like me. You got me wondering who you are. All right, thank you so much. How about it for Miss Charo Hollis and again Samantha Smith, y'all. Indeed. So be careful, guys. Someone's always watching you. And sometimes it's not even who you probably want to be watching you, right? Always be upright with what you do, where you go, who you're seen with, because people will judge you by your company, for sure. Show me your company and they'll tell you who, you will tell them who you really are. I'm so glad that you all are my company tonight. Yeah, how about that? Everybody enjoying themselves so far? Yeah, very nice, very nice. Good stuff. We're going to do right now another song from another competition. This was like in 1995. 1995. I was actually teaching up at Warwick Academy at this time. And there was another competition being held by Power 95. And this competition was to find the local artists that will go to Cuba, Chris, that will go to Cuba and represent Bermuda in the 15th annual Caribbean Song Fest. At that time, I did not have a band. However, I had some students from Warwick Academy. And I worked with them, and they recorded, we performed Long Tails. Again, competing against professional musicians and bands, and we actually won that competition. Thank you. Which afforded me the opportunity to go to Cuba and participate in the 15th annual Caribbean Song Fest. Now, as I said, this was being held locally by Power 95, and when I arrived there in Cuba, in fact, this was the time that when you hear people talk about music being the universal language, for some of you, I don't know what you take that to really mean if you understand about music being the universal language. So here I am in Cuba. The language is Spanish. I knew no Spanish. In fact, I was like my daughter when she was going to Ecuador. The only word I knew in Spanish was hola. We had a big band that was performing our music down there in this competition, and none of them spoke English. So none of the musicians spoke English, and I did not speak Spanish. But yet still, they're going to be playing my music. So what happened? Although my music was written, I went and I handed out the sheets to all of the musicians in the band. Handed out the sheets to the musicians in the band, and then the conductor comes off, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And the music just came to life. It came to life, just as we had performed it here in Bermuda. That, for me, was when the bow really went off, that music was the universal language. Music is the universal language. We're going to do this song for you right now, Long Tails. Now, Jouncement, what does Long Tails mean to you? Brother Glenn, what does a long tail mean to you?
Grim.
When we were at my birthday in February, and we did this, and we went over the audience, and we were talking to all the men in the audience about long tails, and most of the guys there, I mean, they're all dressed in tuxedos. Everyone looked wonderful, right? Tuxedos, and they got their wives or significant others sitting right beside them. And when I asked them to tell me about long tails, ain't nobody budged. Ain't nobody said nothing, right? The wives and girlfriends were like, yeah. So the truth of the matter, right? We're all here over, wow, except for my grandbaby, we're all over 40 years old. So we remember the long tails. And what happened was, there was a season in Bermuda that we called, right, Donnell? That's right. Call it what it is, right? The long tail season in Bermuda. And that was like between like April and October, right? And that's when our tourists came into the island. Predominantly when we were talking about the long tail, we're talking about our female tourists, yeah? But also that long tail bird also comes to Bermuda during that exact same time. So there were some similarities between the bird and the female. And as you listen to the words of this song, you will agree with me that there were definitely some similarities between the long tail as the visiting female, and the long tail as that beautiful bird. Do hope that you all enjoy long tails. The long tails are here for the season. They all hang out at the beaches. They all come for the same reason. Lots of fun, they have to get away, 'cause they love to play. Some wish that they could stay long down. They like to flap their wings from shore to shore, soaring swiftly through the sky, seeing things they never seen before. Look so free, they tend to blow my mind. Can you spare some time? I wish that you were mine. Long down, see them flying through the skies. They're on the beaches with the guys. Ask the questions, hear no lies. Long tails are here, the warm and friendly as can be. They mean no harm, believe you me. They got your man and gone to sea just to be fun. Now when the long-tail seasons come and gone, fun and games are all behind them, starting each day from the crack of dawn, reminiscing about the time spent here. So much love to share, hope to see you next year. Long tail, bring a friend when you return next year. Share the beauty of our home. You are our native bird, we love you, dear. Please come back, the sky belongs to you. Beach and ocean too will make you feel brand new. Long down, see it flying through the sky, on the beaches with the guys. Ask the questions, hear no lies. Long tail are here, warm friendly as can be. They mean no harm, believe you me. They got your man and gone to sea just to be fun. Mr. Grandma, y'all. Come on, Courtney. Come on, brother Courtney. Give them a little taste of that sweet alto, my brother. Come on. Mr. Courtney Fatland, y'all, come on. Yeah. How about y'all, Mr. Conrad Roach? Let's hear it for my amigo on percussion, keyboard hard. Let's have a listen to Sheldon Bean on drums, y'all. Come on, Shell. Give it up. Come on, to it. Mr. Sheldon Bean on drums, y'all. Now when the long-tail season come and gone, fun and games are all behind them, starting each day from the crack of dawn, reminiscing about the time spent here, so much love to share, hope to see you next year, long time. Bring a friend when you return next year. Share the beauty of our home. You are a native bird, we love you, dear. Please come back, the skies belong to you. Beach and ocean too will make you feel brand new. Long time. Sails flying through the skies. They're on the beaches with the guys. Ask no questions, hear no lies. Long tails are here, warm, friendly as can be. I mean no harm, believe you me. They got your man ain't gone to see. Just a bit fun. See and believing, but I don't believe what I see. going down when the long tails are here. Although I know it, I don't wanna blow it for nobody else, so I keep. Believing, but I don't believe what I see going down when the long tails are here. Although I know it, I don't wanna blow it for nobody else, so I keep to myself. Come on, seeing's believing, but I don't believe what I see going down when the long tails are here. Although I know it, I don't wanna blow it for nobody else, so all right, how about that? Long tails. Whee. All right. So we still doing okay out there, everybody? Yeah. All right. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we do appreciate your opinion. We are actually recording tonight. So you all are actually a part of the live recording session tonight. How about that? Sorry we didn't inform you ahead of time. But yes, you are a part of the live recording tonight. And even though we are as we are, from this recording, hopefully, if we so feel, we will do something else with it at a later date. Your friends who did not make it this evening, please inform them. There was much going on this evening, so much going on this evening. But nonetheless, we are here, and that's why we really appreciate you all for being here tonight and being a part of this. We thank you. We could not postpone because International Jazz Day is International Jazz Day, right? We could not and we would not have moved it for the sake of anything, all right? So once again, thank you all for being here. I think at this time it might be appropriate for me to introduce the band. What you all think? Yeah? Now that the band has been introduced. No, let's really do this for real, yeah? Let's do this for real. Okay. Where should I start? Where? From this side? Wait. This left. All right. So all the way in the corner, in the booth over there, right? Living legend. He's the son of Clarence Tootsie Bean, but also Tootsie Bean. I call him One Toot, Mr. Shelton Bean on drums. One Toot. I'll do my horns later. On bass guitar at the moment is Tubby Richardson on bass guitar. Tubby been around for years. Joy Express, the gentleman who played at Hubie's Bar, so forth, and etc., etc. Behind Tubby, and you saw him right, he started out playing with us on Me and My Music and Sweet Sweet Love and Back to the Islands, yeah. This gentleman played on my very first production that I ever did here in Bermuda in 1980. 1980. But he was playing even longer than that because he was one of those guys that guys my age looked up to. And he's a guy that we've also honored, been around for a while. I take my hat off to him, literally, because he's a guy who everything that he has done, schooling his children, building his home, he did it through music. Please, and he's my friend. A nice round of applause for Mr. Stanley Gilbert. Thank you, Stan. Stan the man, we call him. On guitar, out back, another legend, been around for years. I think he's the youngest one on stage here right now. Yeah, playing that sweet guitar out the back, y'all. I call him Mr. Earl Clue. Mr. Earl Clue or Mr. Kenny Burrell. This is Dayton Warden, y'all. Joy Express, how many of you remember Joy Express? All right, there we are. Thank you, Dayton. On percussion, congas, I call him my amigo, mi amigo. Why? He's actually, he stood for, or Fidel stood for him, Fidel Castro. He's Fidel Castro's godson. He was in Cuba, where he spends much of his time. He and I, too, have spent some time in Cuba, and we perform together, and when we do perform together, we go by the name of Dos Amigos. So please give a nice round of applause for mi amigo, Kibu Hart. All right, that's the rhythm section. No, that's not the rhythm section. Now, this young man on keyboard, now, what do I say? He's a good-looking fella, right, ladies? But a very, very extremely talented musician who my appreciation for him has gone up like 300%. He did not play for us on February the 14th. However, he took up the opportunity to play with us and to be a part of this aggregation, and he's done a fantastic job. He's one of Bermuda's finest. And please, ladies and gentlemen, he actually shares birthdays with my daughter. And Kibo made, I gotta get your birthday gift as soon, isn't it? Coming up this month, May 22nd. All right. Mr. Zane Bean, y'all, give it up, please. All right, I'm gonna save my sweetness for last. Let's deal with this horn section here. Let's deal with this horn section. Now, you see the gentleman out there playing the long horn over there? And we're happy to say that in this aggregation, there are many seasoned players here that you all probably know and have seen around, but we also have some students here. We have some students in this band, right? And playing baritone saxophone out there. I know when he came to one of the rehearsals in February, he walked in and I had seen this young man years ago. I remember playing at his mom's house down in Sleepy Hollow, and the young man was there and he was hiding behind the trees. I remember he was hiding behind the trees, and his mom said to me, "He knows all the songs on your CD, you know. He knows all your songs on your CD." And he was there, so I asked him if he would like to play. He played with me, and we played Wind Beneath My Wings. We played Wind Beneath My Wings. You were what, 9 years old? What song was it? Which one? Hello, From the Other Side. And he was on the other side. He was on the other side of the trees that night. Yeah, you were on the other side of the trees saying hello to everybody. So when he walked into rehearsal, his teacher from BI, who you will meet shortly, brought him in to play baritone. And the guy came in this tall. The last time I had seen him, he was this size, right? And doing a fantastic job, playing the biggest horn in the section. And I hope that you have appreciated his talent tonight. He's a student at BI. Please, Mr. Cannon Dickinson. Thank you, Cannon. Now, Longhorns. I always refer to these horns as the Longhorns. And out back, I'm going to skip over and go to the gentleman that you all know, and he's like everywhere. You'll see him playing at funerals, playing with the Sons of the Brigade Band, playing cop match. He's an avid St. George's fan.
Somerset.
Anyone who knows him knows for sure he is a Somerset guy. He is a Somerset guy. And Graham, I also remember when Graham first started playing with us way back in the 80s at the Jazz Suppers. He was a student at Salters, right, under the watchful eye of Lyle Van Wee. Am I correct? Yes, indeed. So Graham was a student then playing with the big boys. So ladies and gentlemen, please, this is my friend, Mr. Graham Moore, playing one of the two Longhorns. Now, sitting on Graham's right, believe it or not, folks, another student, he attends Warwick Academy. However, though, he is also Graham Moore's son. A.J. Moore. And I have really, really enjoyed A.J. being a part of this. I hope you've had a good time, man. Have you? Yes, of course, he says. Very nice. And they say apples don't fall too far from the tree. There it is. All right, that's the trombone. And that's my lower section. Now, I'm going to come up front. Right in front of Kenan here is his music teacher at BI. You heard him. That's right. Come on, BI. Give it up for BI. You're hearing him play tenor saxophone tonight, but he's an awesome pianist also. He directs the band there. He also has the steel pan band there. You're teaching at another, he's at a church. I heard about that. Huh? I'm saying, he says don't be saying too much. But he's my friend, and I'm happy to have him a part of this aggregation. Please, Mr. Dwayne Forster, please, tenor saxophone. All right. So you've seen the baritone saxophone that Kenan was playing. You met the tenor saxophone that Forster's playing, and then we move here in the middle with the alto saxophone. All right. And since today is International Jazz Day, and one of the strong components about International Jazz Day is education. All right, is education. A number of teachers around the world, they do take up times and have workshops and ensemble playing, jazz improvisation today. There's so much going on. Not so much going on in Bermuda, but I'm going to talk to a couple of my friends. You know, we're going to up the game as we move forward. But this gentleman on alto saxophone, which is, I like to think of the alto saxophone as the sweet horn amongst the saxes. In fact, even the sweet horn amongst the horn section, so to speak, right? You've met the baritone, you've met the tenor. Here's the alto saxophone. Courtney Fadden, he's a recording artist. I've met Courtney, now it's been a few years. During the pandemic, Courtney even had some saxophonists from around the world come together and play for folks via Zoom. I remember that, man, and you called me for that, right? He's my friend, folks. Please, a nice warm round of applause for Mr. Courtney Fadlen on alto saxophone. All right. Now, this gentleman next to Courtney, I have a hard time keeping up with him. I really do. When I get used to him being somewhere, he's somewhere else. I get used to that, he's somewhere else. He's a teacher. He's currently teaching at BHS. That's Bermuda High School for Girls. You gotta watch yourself over there. Huh? Gotta watch yourself over there. Prior to that, he was at the Barclay. Prior to that, he was at, where were you before that, man? He was at Chatmore. So he hasn't really made up his mind where he wants to be. He bounces between private and public, right? He was private, he went public. He's now at private again. Please, don't get too used to him being there. I met him in Parlerville Park when he had recently come to Bermuda, and we were watching a band. I remember this, man. We were watching a band perform there. I was standing there watching the band, and someone had told him, since he was a visiting saxophone, he says, "You need to know Shine Hayward." So he came over and introduced himself to me, and ever since then, anytime I've had something, I have called this young man to be a part of it, and he has gladly answered the call. Please give a nice warm round of applause for my friend, Mr. Eastman Lovins. All right, that's the sax section and the bone section, and then we move to the trumpeters. Now, the gentleman right here. Now, the history that we have between, I don't know, we seem to be following each other, or sometimes I'm leading, sometimes he's leading, but we take turns doing whatever. I taught at Work Academy. After I left Work Academy, students got used to having Mr. Hayward as their teacher. One thing, they didn't have to change the name of the music teacher at Work Academy, because then along came Mr. Kent Hayward, teaching at Warwick Academy. Prior to that, I was teaching at the Bermuda School of Music, and now today, Kent is actually the administrator at Bermuda School of Music. Yeah? He's also from a family of Haywards. I mean, his brother Kevin, was a student at Warwick Academy when I was teaching there, and he's one of the finest trombone players that you'd ever want to hear. His whole family, they're all very, very musical. I actually knew his father, and you all knew his father too, Winslow Hayward,
What?
the driving instructor, right? That's right. So please, ladies and gentlemen, on trumpet tonight, please give a nice round of applause for my friend, Mr. Kent Hayward. Now, sitting next to Kent now. Okay, so I taught at Work Academy. Then Kent taught at Work Academy. Currently, this young man teaches at Work Academy, right? So Warwick Academy has totally exhausted us, right? But there's a wonderful music program going on up there. This young man, super talented. Every time I see him, he's doing something else which just totally impresses me. You see him playing trumpet tonight. He's an awesome keyboardist. He's a very fine vocalist also. I can go on and on. I'm happy that he's with us tonight. He was not with us in February. He was away, but he answered the call to be here with us tonight, and I really appreciate you, man, for doing so. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conrad Roach, Red Mountain. All right, now, these guys over here. Where should I go first? I'm gonna go here first. Tiffany Fox. Tiffany was actually a student at Warwick Academy when I was teaching there. Tiffany then came out of Warwick Academy and went to Cedar Bridge and taught there. Right? She taught there. And she was a string, and is a string specialist. But I blinked. And when I did so, Tiffany had a band of wind instruments, wind and percussion instruments up at Cedar Bridge. I'm like, what happened here? You know? Tiffany, well, now teaches at Summersfield Academy. The public school system has suffered a serious loss with you no longer being there. But Summersfield Academy has been truly blessed by her presence. I call on my niece, she calls me Uncle Shine. Please give a nice warm round of applause for Miss Tiffany Fox. String Collective. String Collective. Now, over here, the much bigger string instrument, the cello. So she's a cellist, right? Now, I've only known her, I guess, no. I've known her not as long as I've known most of these guys. However, I have watched her, listened to her, been impressed with her. I'm so happy that she was a part of our aggregation. She is the sister, am I correct? She's the sister of Mr. Conrad Roach, right? However, she is the mother of AJ Moll, which also means that she is the wife of Grandma. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice round of applause for Mrs. April Moll. Thank you, April. She's also a part of String Collective with Tiffany. Now, this young fella in the middle here, another student. When I met him, he was, how old were you? He was 10 years old. And at that time, I think we were during the pandemic, and so I was teaching music theory online. And he came from Gilbert Institute, and we had Saturday morning lessons, 2 hours, teaching theory online. And so these kids were primary school students, and I was taking them through grade 1, ABR-SM. This young man, in the same session, not only did he do grade 1, but he did grade 2 also, and passed both with distinction. He was also, yeah, that's right, give it to him. He was also taking lessons at the Bermuda School of Music. And I knew he really loved the viola. The instrument that he's playing is not a violin, folks. It's just a little bigger than the violin. Just show them the difference in sizes, guys, okay? It's a little bigger than the violin. It's called the viola. And he's a Suzuki trained. That's a Suzuki or Manual trained. His name, Prince Domingo. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Prince. I'm so happy that he's a part of our brigade, another student. And right now, he's currently at the Berkeley Institute. Yes? Thank you so much. All right, now, we all need a little something to help us sound and look good, right? I feel bad having them at the back there, but when you listen, you would not think that that's where they are, right? Because the sound just comes to you like so heavily and so hard. They are, don't they look lovely? Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about, come on. They're making the name as a duo that moves around the island, doing presentations, singing at funerals, weddings, in churches. Every Saturday, I sort of tune into them at the church that they sing at. They are individually, they each can hold their own. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice warm round of applause for Miss Charo Hollis and Samantha Smith, please. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Did I get everybody? The band has officially been introduced to you all, right? Officially been introduced to you all. Okay. I am so happy that we are in this space and we are doing what we are doing this evening because we have an opportunity to at least, at the very least, get good sound. I hope that the sound does sound good to you all out there tonight. Yes? And that's because of this team that we have here working with. The team is under the watchful eye of my good friend, who is also a very fine musician, Mr. Marvin Pitcher, who's responsible for the videography that's going on, but also the sound technician, Sister Nene Pringle. Please give them a nice warm round of applause. I don't know the individuals who are behind the cameras, but ladies and gentlemen, please just holler out your name. Danielle Radley, give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen. Please, thank you. And Cassia Pitcher, Brother Marvin's wife. Yes? All right, very good. So we're gonna do for you right now a song. This song takes the title of the CD that Deshaun Hayward and Friends first recorded. The song is entitled Friends Are Forever. I don't know how many of you might be familiar with it, but we're gonna try and do this for you right now. We do hope that you enjoy it. On it, we're going to feature persons that I'm not even aware of as yet. Probably Dayton Wharton. Yes, Dayton, you up to it? Dayton's always up to it. And we don't need a whole lot of solos, but we're gonna do that. And we have the vocalists, of course, Samantha and Charo, that will be. And if you all wanna join in and sing with them, please don't. Just sit back and relax, yes? Sit back and relax and enjoy. Yeah? All right.
Support, make it feel so good from the start to end, forever, forever. Friends are 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 Friends are forever. 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 Friends are forever.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. You might know there's some, there's something to be said about someone who stands out front to conduct, and there's something else to be said about those who are there who trust the person out front enough to follow them. The whole science behind that is that if anything goes wrong, there's one person for you to blame, right? And that's the guy out front. So I guess we're doing okay so far, guys. Yes? All right, all right. All right. We gotta move on with our show. In fact, time is getting used up very nicely. We're gonna tune into the actual global concert coming out of Chicago in a little bit, which I do hope that you all will hang around and check a little bit of. But before we do, Zane may help me out a little bit, Zane, with this next song. Yeah. This is a song that I wrote many years ago again. And a song I wrote for my daughter. In fact, the song carries her name. The song is entitled Nishanti. The story behind it being, I was visiting with them one night at the residence in Warwick, and I had bought a piano that we had placed there for Nadanja to play, which he never played. But anyway, Nishanti was in there doodling on the piano, and the melody that you hear Zane playing back there is what I heard Nishanti play. And I immediately just said, man, that is kind of nice. But took just those three little notes, da-da-da, and developed it into this next song that you all are going to enjoy, hopefully, and hear the song entitled Nishanti. Now, Nishanti may want to come up and dance for you all while we're playing this. But not tonight, folks, all right? Do hope that you enjoy it. Nishanti, Innocence of a Child. Thank you so much. Mr. Zane Bean, again, please, on keyboards. Okay. Wow. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Let her go, Nay. Dee-dee-da-da-da. The track. Yeah. one of my most proud students, Aaron Spencer, the third, the second. One thing I must say, the success of a student like this is, one, having a motivated student, supportive parents, and at least a halfway decent teacher.
The best.
Aaron, when I first met Aaron, Aaron was like here, right? Aaron was here. And now, you know, I am honored to be performing beside Aaron. I tell people about the story when, like, Aaron came into his own and he started performing and getting calls to perform at certain gigs. I can recall a time that Aaron called me to say, Mr. Hayward, can you cover this gig for me, please? I'm doubly booked. And that happened more than once, folks. You know, he was calling me to cover his gigs. But I thank you, man, because I really needed the money at that time, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aaron Spencer. Yeah.
You're the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. Jesus, you're the center of my joy. Jesus, you're the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. Jesus, you're the center of my joy. the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment. Oh, for all I do, Jesus, you are the center of my joy. 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 Jesus, you are the center of my joy.
Sense of my joy. Cheryl Hollis, Samantha Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, indeed. It is almost 9 o'clock. We're going to make a little switch. I know if you all want to get a little ready from outside, so to speak. You have a few minutes to do so. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, please have another nice warm round of applause for my friends. Please, guys, let's stand up, guys, please. Please. Yeah. Indeed. Thank you all so much. We're going to close it up. We're going to do like one verse of the Me and My Music. Follow my lead. If we go wrong, we know who to blame. Okay? Tiffany, I think it's going to be you. We're putting it on you this time, okay? Here we go, guys. Thank you so much. Here we go. Let me get my music name. Set the world on fire.
Set the world on fire, fire.
Me and my music, we'd like to take you on a little bit higher.
Take you a little bit higher, higher.
Because the two of us were meant to be for each other. Together in love, peace, and happiness. How about that, y'all? Thank you one more time for my friends, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. How we doing, Brother Marvin? Yes, indeed. We're going to Chicago, y'all. Sit back, relax if you like. Go outside, get yourself a nice little ready if you like, and come back in and enjoy the concert live streamed from Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to get me something right about now.